Okay, questions for Malik. We'll start with Greg Hunter.
So Malik, I hate to start with the bad, but can you walk us through the turnover at the end and what you guys were trying to do and what ultimately happened that allowed them to get the turnover in the bucket to take the lead?
We didn't execute coming out of the timeout, and to sum it up, coach said in the locker room that everybody did their own thing that play. We used the timeout right before that we thought we had two, so that was our last timeout. We couldn't call any more timeouts. Taz got stuck under the basket. He had no outlet. He just turned it over, and we can't blame him. I mean, it's everybody on the floor. It's everybody on the floor's fault, and we just didn't execute.
For so much of that game, though, your offense seemed to be working about as well as it had. Did you feel like through almost all of it, the offense was clicking pretty well?
Yes. I mean, I think that's one of our highest scoring games, if I'm correct, like one of them, if I'm not correct. We put the ball in the basket this game for sure. So on offense, we definitely was executing.
Kevin Kinder.
Malik, on that last play, I'm assuming there was supposed to be a screen, initial pick set. Y'all usually run some sort of action like that. Was there just confusion on the read because it didn't look like that happened very effectively?
You said it was confusing on what?
On like setting a pick, a screen, usually you have something like that initially when you're getting pressure in the backcourt. Didn't look like that a pick or a screen got set very well. Was that a plan for that in the plan for that last play?
When Taz had it?
Yes.
We just needed to get a shot, a 3-point shot. We could put the ball in the Taz hand. He's been hooping. So, we just wanted to get a shot from the three and try to rebound it.
And on the inbound play, was there a call for for that to happen before while the ball was?
Yeah, we ran something up, but like I said, we just didn't execute. That's all I can say about that. We just didn't execute on the last play.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Taz, on the
It's Malik.
I'm sorry, Malik.
No,
I'm sorry. I
fine.
apologize.
No, you're fine.
On that the play after the inbounds play, I mean, there was, I know you can't really comment about the refs, but there's like 47 fouls called in this game. You got a pretty good drive to the bucket there. I think there's 8 seconds, 9 seconds left. It looked like there was some contact there. I mean, can you just kind of, play? Did you get a decent look there, or?
Yeah, I feel like I got a decent look. With contact, no contact, I got to finish that. I got to finish that. That's something that I usually make. That's my shot. I got to make the shot. I just got to finish at the basket like I usually do. So I can't blame the ref. I think the refs, it was pretty even call this game. I'm not mad at the refs. I don't feel any way toward the refs. I just feel like I should have finished the basket.
Greg Hunter.
Malik, defensively, especially the second half, what did you guys think of the performance? I mean, obviously, Rockington was unconscious.
Man.
Can you do anything when a guy's just shooting like that?
Man, 35, man. I don't know what to even say about that. Efficient too. Efficient 35. He's a hell of a player. I mean, that was my teammate in AAU when we won the championship together. So I know what he's capable of, but I didn't expect him to go for 35 today. I just gotta, give him a pat on the back because that's tough.
Is there anything you guys could have done better defensively? There you think?
Definitely got the ball out of his hands, not let him catch it, deny him, just deny him and make him not catch the ball. But every time he touched it, he was putting it up and it was going in. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about that.
Justin,
Bro, that's crazy.
Hold on. Okay, sorry. Hey, Malik, I'm sure after that TCU game, coach probably challenged a lot of guys, and things like that. You have one of your best games tonight. Gabe had one of his best games tonight. Um, can you talk about, what kind of challenge was laid out and how a lot of guys responded?
I think we as a team, besides the last minute, I thought we were playing really good as a team. We was having fun out there, playing with energy and excitement. That's why we were in the game. We were up a half. Overall, I think we played a good game besides the last couple of possessions. The only thing I feel like we could have done better was turnovers. I mean, we had 14 turnovers. If lower turnovers and just the last couple possessions.
okay, Malik, thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Questions for Coach Bob Huggins? We'll start with Greg Hunter.
Bob, I'm sure we'll get to the end here in a second, but just the overall effort of your team in this one, after some of the struggles, your first 39 minutes looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was a hard game to play. There was so many stoppages in play. I thought our guys handled it pretty well.
Follow up, Greg.
Yeah, I'll follow up. Okay, then obviously the turnover right at the end. What did you want? What didn't happen correctly?
Obviously, I didn't want that. I drew it up for him twice. Very simple thing, which would unquestionably would have worked. They had 5 guys. They had 5 guys inside the foul line. It would unquestionably work. We're going to L cut on the side more to hold those guys than anything else. We were to go set a back screen for a guy at the top of the key. He runs at the ball, which further sinks those guys in. And the guy who set the screen runs like crazy to the other end of the floor, and we throw it long. He catches it, scores, and we're jumping around happy and win. He never moved. He never moved.
Next question to Justin Jackson.
Coach, obviously that's a huge moment in the game. That moment versus the second half that Brockington had, which one do you think played more of a role in the outcome?
Well, if you noticed, they went after the same guy every time. They went after the same guy every time. And when we were playing man, and then when we tried to play matchup, and they went at him every time in matchup. As I continue to tell our guys, they watch film too. They watch film too. They knew who guards, who doesn't guard, who tries to guard, who doesn't really care about guarding. They know, just like we know. Just like we know. Just like we knew that set that back screen for Malik. That was going to hold that guy under the basket, and all we had to do was circle underneath of him, throw it up as he did, and have DC dunk it. We had talked about that all week, that if we need it at the end, this is what we're going to do. And they executed that extremely well. And then what happened was guys start creeping in. So they creep in, so Malik gets double teamed. And we don't get what we wanted, because some guys obviously think it's more important for them to get a shot than it is to spread people out so that we can execute what we're trying to execute.
Greg Hunter.
Bob, how difficult was it without Keaty? He's obviously gives you depth, not only depth, but primary ball handler and
I
defense.
thought Malik was good. I thought Malik was really good. I thought the two guys that substituted for him were really good. He tried. Keaty tried to play, and then there was just no way he could play.
Mike Kazaza.
Hey Bob, if I can rewind for a second, I guess in the shot that Malik took at the end, are you saying that was supposed to be the same action as ended up with the lob to Kerrigan previously?
Didn't have to be a lob.
But it passed. Okay.
If we circle, Mike, if we circle, okay, that guy is going to be facing Malik as Malik comes down the lane. Their back guy. And so you don't run in front of him, obviously, so he sees where you're going. So you go behind him and you circle behind him, which generally what happens is he takes a step up and Malik hits the guy and he scores. Or they try to run somebody in from the corner and really can't get anybody there in time.
Okay. And then on the Brockington stuff, were you trying to avoid that matchup and they kept going to it with switches, or did you just get stuck in that?
We try to avoid that matchup every game.
Justin Jackson.
Coach, I know you've probably put a lot of challenges out to guys recently, and obviously Gabe had a tough spell there a few games back. What did he give you tonight? And then obviously, was that a surprise that he came out with the energy he did tonight?
No, wasn't a surprise at all. He practiced. He was the old Gabe again. Practice, got himself ready for what we were asking him to do. He was off so long that his cardio is not very good. And we had to take him out a couple of times. I would have rather not had to take him out because he was doing some really positive things for us. But no, he made a terrible decision. You don't throw the ball underneath the basket any way, shape, or form. But then you shouldn't have a guy standing there when he's been told repeatedly to set a screen or fake a screen and run to the other end.
Coach, we have no further questions. Thank you.